ever since Michael Jordan retired from basketball, the world's been looking for a player to fill that void. Whether it was because of their athleticism, their style of play, or their GOAT potential, we've seen them throughout the years. Well, if you watch basketball in the last couple of years, then you'd know that the NBA thinks that they've not only found the next Jordan, but like Jimmy Butler, there were actual rumors that Anthony Edwards is Jordan's son. But is this wishful thinking, or is the next Michael Jordan here? Anthony Edwards was drafted first overall in the 2020 NBA draft. Entering the league, teams were very high on Edwards. As a combo guard, he had great size and athleticism. Although he played point guard at times in Georgia, he was a natural two-guard who liked to score. Even though he had all the athleticism in the world and put up good numbers in college, the buzz was around a different name, the polarizing LaMelo Ball. So, the quote, "I can't watch basketball," didn't help his popularity. This caught a lot of people by surprise and put a lot of people off, questioning his passion and love for basketball. In the end, it didn't matter that much because Edwards went number 1 anyway to Minnesota. But he came in second to LaMelo in the Rookie of the Year race. Fast forward to March 12, 2022, and on JJ Redick's podcast, Patrick Beverley had this to say about teammate Anthony Edwards.
Told him, man, you got a chance, man. You got a chance, brother, to be Michael Jordan, brother.
To that point, Edwards had a very good start to his NBA career. But to go from questioning his passion for basketball as a rookie to a teammate comparing him to Jordan is a huge leap. So how did we get to the next Michael Jordan? For starters, there are 3 main reasons as to why a player draws Michael Jordan comparisons. First is athleticism, the ability to float in the air, elevate over the rest of the league for spectacular highlights. Second is the fadeaway, a great mid-range game, footwork, having a bag as they would call it. Last, and probably the hardest comparison to find, is the mentality, the drive, the aggression, and competitiveness that Jordan displayed time and again. So let's start with 1, athleticism. Over the years, we've seen several players that came into the league with incredible jumping ability that had us on the edge of our seats. Players like Vince Carter, LeBron James, and Zach LaVine, just to name a few. Now what all these players had in common is the fact that they're all in the over 40 club, as in 40-inch vertical. Anthony Edwards just so happens to fall right in there with a 41-inch vert. However, none of these players that I named other than LeBron were able to successfully combine their ability to jump with great speed and strength the way Jordan did. And that's where this Michael Jordan comparison to Anthony Edwards gets interesting. Aside from the massive dunks and acrobatic layups, Edwards shows his speed and strength in the open court, but he also shows his quickness and ability to move his feet on defense, where he really combines strength, speed, and grace. Second is the fadeaway. Michael Jordan made the fadeaway cool, and that's evident by all the stars who still utilize the fadeaway and the mid-range game to be dominant. The first name that comes to mind is obviously Kobe Bryant. We've also had Kevin Durant, Kawhi, Carmelo Anthony, Devin Booker, and well, basically all of the best scorers over the last 2 decades at one time or another have shown MJ-like flashes with their moves. This was what Kobe mastered. There are side-by-side videos of their moves and it's damn near identical. Anthony Edwards at 22 has already shown an ability to be a very good mid-range scorer and should improve over time. Couple his more finesse game with his great athleticism and we have a very dangerous combo for such a young player to already have, which is very Jordan-like, especially through his first 3 titles. Which brings us to the third characteristic, which is their mentality. One of the things that we love about Kobe so much is Mamba mentality. The fact that he was such a fierce competitor. Now, according to Kobe himself, he and Jordan were very similar in that way. Physically competing and more importantly, mental warfare.
But every now and then, you run into a player that has the same DNA that you do, has the same competitive spirit that you do. And you quickly realize that the bullying and the trash talking is not going to work with this person.
However, this personality type, the person that walks towards the fire, the person who welcomes competition and even gets excited by it, is very rarely seen at that level. Everyone talks about Mamba mentality, but hardly anyone ever applies it. To me, what made Kobe like Jordan is the fact that he checked off 2 out of the 3 characteristics. He had the style with the fadeaways and the footwork, coupled with the mentality to be the best, and ended up in the GOAT discussion. This is what's odd about Anthony Edwards. He's shown his physical gifts night in and night out, combining speed and strength, and he's already shown that his skill and footwork keep improving. So obviously, he can't have the mentality too, right? He's spoken about how much he loves to compete against the best, the fact that he loves to play defense, and he even hates load management.
I want all those guys in the West. Everybody who are all-star in the East, they can come over to the West. Like, I want to play against everybody. The only thing I think we should fix in the NBA is guys missing games, just sitting out. Whoever in front of me, whoever their best player is, put me on them, and I'm ready to go for it.
Could this guy really be the next Michael Jordan? While most will compare Jordan and Edwards' rookie years with each other, I don't think that's the right comparison. I think the more accurate comparison is comparing their age. After attending North Carolina, Jordan didn't play his first NBA game until he was 21 years old. In his rookie season, he averaged 28.2 points, 6.4 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 2.4 steals, 0.8 blocks on 51.5 from the field, and 17.3 from 3. At 22, Jordan averaged 22.7 points, 3.6 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 2.1 steals, 1.2 blocks on 45.7 from the field and 16.7 from 3. But he missed 64 games to a broken foot. He returned later that year to close the season out and sneak into the playoffs, where they lost to the Celtics in the first round. But he got this compliment from Larry Bird after Jordan dropped 63 in Game 2. At 21, Edwards' third year, he averaged 24.6 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.7 blocks on 45.9 from the field, and 36.9 from 3. At 22, and is averaging 26.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.6 blocks on 46.6 from the field, and 37.2 from 3. When comparing them at the same age, we see that their numbers are extremely similar. In Jordan's third year, at the age of 23, he separated himself from regular players and averaged 37.1 points per game. Do I expect Anthony Edwards to average 37 points per game in his Jordan year? No, but he did have this to say.
I think that's the main thing for me. I want to be able to, let my teammates get off, but only have to take 15 to 16 shots to get my 35 points.
Which leads me to some of their differences. The first that jumps off the page to me is the obvious, the three-point shooting. At 22, Anthony Edwards is already a better three-point shooter than Jordan was and will likely continue to improve. The other is the free throw attempts, which is part of any great scorer's game. Jordan, during his time in Chicago, averaged nearly 9 free throws a game, which is nearly double the amount that Edwards is currently averaging for his career of 4.9. But this year, it's gone up to 6.4 a game. And we've also seen Edwards' free throw shooting improve, getting closer to the same average as Jordan. Another huge difference is their team situation. After getting a taste of the playoffs in his third year, the Timberwolves have one of the best records in the NBA. At 22, Jordan and the Bulls had 50 losses. Edwards at 22 is on the opposite end of the spectrum with a 50-plus win season. Because of Jordan's 6 rings, that's what everyone is chasing. With such a talented team and winning early, he's going to be expected to win a championship soon, which was a totally different situation that Jordan was in at the time. So at 23, Jordan was able to raise his shot attempts from 19 a game to 27 a game, and they called him a ball hog, when the reality was he needed to shoot those shots. So, I don't anticipate Edwards to have the same freedom because of the team that they have. So what does that mean for his career? Currently, Edwards' career is on a Jason Tatum, Kobe Bryant trajectory, where because of the team's success, we don't get to see their full talent unleashed. Will we see a season like Jordan and Kobe where Ant averages 37 or 35? Kobe didn't have that opportunity until Shaq left, and Tatum, from the looks of it, might never get that opportunity. He's been competing in the playoffs since he's entered the league. So what do you think? Is Anthony Edwards the next Michael Jordan? All the signs are saying yes, but only time will tell.
We should stop. Stop comparing me to Michael Jordan. He's Michael Jordan.
Today, do you feel like MJ could guard you?
Hell no.
Thanks for watching.